Backpack Bonanza.
We have 7,000 backpacks.
That's a record.
Yes, that's a new record.
Thousands of students will start the school year with brand new supplies. See the volunteer effort that makes it possible. First-class food photos.
Good photography is essential to showcase anything.
An expert shares tips to help Irving food stand out on social media. We are sharing some of his ideas. Plus, Irving police talk back-to-school safety and the special events for the 10th anniversary of Clear the Shelters. Now on City Source.
Progress is evident at Lee Park, where crews are building a new pool as part of a bigger initiative to elevate aquatics and recreation. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. We'll have an update on that project coming up, but first, back to school time is just about here. The Irving Schools Foundation distributed a record number of backpacks this year, 7,000. The annual campaign is a result of the generosity of donors and the hard work of volunteers. We saw how it all comes together.
Supplies for Success is a way for us to make sure that our kids have everything they need before school starts.
It means a lot, especially because I'm a single mom, so it kind of helps.
I think it's pretty cool that these things are offered to children, especially in the community where, you know, there's some people who do struggle financially.
Thank you. Have a great year.
It's good because we get, free supplies in case we don't have enough money to buy, so Irving Foundation is helping us.
We have our backpacks full of supplies, immunizations, vision checks, haircuts. It's just a really fun day for our kids to kick off the school year.
I appreciate it. It's good to see that we have so many people being able to want to help and give back to these students because, as they say, the kids are our future.
It's always a pleasure giving back to the community and being part of the community.
We got Dogman and we've got other boats.
The resource fair is my favorite part because it really helps our families to see that there are other opportunities out there for them.
We're looking for a great opportunity to volunteer, and this came across our table, and I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to give back to the community.
This year we have over 500 people volunteering with us to make this event happen. So today they're prepping everything behind the scenes. We have Mount Backpack behind me.
Yes, right on top.
Everybody's having a good time, and so it doesn't feel like it's work.
Marianne, you seem to have it down. What's the key to a good toss?
Well, you got to start with a swing. You got to get a running start.
She needs to train everyone.
Our fire department's amazing. All month long they've been collecting supplies for us.
We're just a small part of a big thing, and just it's nice to be able to help out those that need it.
We are writing encouraging notes on index cards to be put in the backpacks so that the kids can find them.
Their goal is to kind of hide them within the backpack, so then that way, maybe it's the third, fourth week of school, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I really can do hard things.
I hope that my words cheer somebody up if maybe they're having a bad day, or encourage them to keep working hard at school.
We have a lot of work to do. We couldn't do it without you guys coming out and helping us out.
I think that's what it's all about. I think that's what Irving is. It's community, supporting each other in any way that we can.
Irving police officers are ready for the school year to begin. They want to make sure drivers are taking notice of those school zones, and that's just the start. Officer Stephanie Straw is with us today with a lot of timely reminders. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
And we'll get to those school zones in a minute, but I want to talk to you first about your role. You're a school resource officer. Tell us about that job. What does that entail?
So I'm their newest school resource officer, and at this moment it's entailing us making sure the school is secured, making sure the students are secured as well, feel welcomed. We're also inside the school greeting the students as they come in. We're mentors, we're teachers, sometimes even can be a counselor at times.
All around good influence on campus. Good to hear. And what advice would you give to parents and other caregivers at this time? What should they be telling their kids in advance of the school year?
So as we begin the new school year, they want to make sure that their students know the routine to and from school. They want to make sure that they are aware of those individuals that they need to be walking to school with and maybe walking home with or riding home with as well. They want to make sure that they remember to teach them how to cross at the crosswalk, which is safer, right? And not in between vehicles that are not expecting pedestrians to walk in the middle of the roadway.
Yeah, we talk about traffic, and I mentioned school zones. I think we all know to slow down. Those flashing lights are good reminders. But sometimes there are questions about cell phone use. What are the rules on that?
So with cell phone use and any held hand device, you want to make sure that you're not using those in the school zones because they're prohibited throughout the state of Texas. You could be ticketed for those, or you could receive a fine for that as well, even be arrested on scene.
What about if you see a stopped school bus with those red flashing lights?
So you want to make sure that you stop behind the school bus. There is a difference. If there's a median that's splitting the roadway, the oncoming traffic can continue to drive, but the traffic that's behind the school bus needs to stop. If there's no median in place, then both the oncoming traffic and the traffic behind the school bus needs to stop.
Important reminders, and you touched on this earlier talking about tickets. So tell me a little bit more about this enforcement. Are officers going to be out over the next few days as school begins?
Right, officers will be riding through the school zone, so just make sure parents, drivers, that you're being careful and you're not caught with your cell phones or handheld devices. Alternatives for those would be talking on a speakerphone or Bluetooth or a similar device.
Yeah, such important reminders because not only is it a new routine for drivers, it's a new routine for students. They might be running into traffic.
Right.
We want to be careful at this time of the year.
Yes.
Officer Stephanie Straw, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And a reminder that you can find out about other Irving Police Department initiatives on our IPD playlist at youtube.com/the City of Irving. Crews are moving fast to build a new pool at Lee Park. You can see the progress in this drone video. Crews are wrapping up some of the soil and grading work and will soon begin installing pipes for the pool and foundation for the buildings. That pool is scheduled to open in the summer of 2025 as part of a larger plan to elevate aquatics and recreation. And that was just one of the projects covered during a public meeting at Lee Park Recreation Center. The city's capital improvement team also provided an update and answered questions about the road construction on MacArthur Boulevard. Phase 1 of the project, which runs from Northgate Drive to Byron Nelson Way, is pretty much complete. Work is moving forward on Phase 2. It involves building a 4-lane divided road with a median from Metker Street to Northgate. Along with the improved road, there will be new water and wastewater lines and improved drainage. The project involves a lot of coordination. Water utilities, traffic and transportation, police, fire, and even the school district is involved because MacArthur High School is in that construction area.
This is our big focus now. School starts August 12th, and we've had communications with the high school, and what we're trying to do is get it paved on the southbound side from Richard Huff to North Coker. So then what we can do is get cars on that segment of roadway, so we'll have all two-way traffic on the southbound side.
This entire project will be complete in late summer 2025. Now to the Rochelle Road Bridge reconstruction. The closure is the result of improvements to the Embassy Channel. It will soon look like this.
Since we're upsizing the channel, we are taking out 273 residential homes and businesses out of the 100-year flood risk. So essentially we're going down 5 more feet and a little bit wider.
And here's the next step in that project. Check out these massive drainage boxes. They will be installed to handle some of the stormwater coming from MacArthur Boulevard. This project on Rochelle is expected to be complete in April of 2025. Residents will also have a chance to learn about plans for a multi-generational recreation facility and aquatics center at Mustang Park, and they'll be able to make their opinions known. A public input meeting is coming up on August 13th. It starts at 6 p.m. at Mustang Park Recreation Center. This summer is proving to be active for mosquitoes. Traps in cities across the region, including Irving, have captured mosquitoes testing positive for West Nile virus.
We take it seriously every summer. We have a robust trapping and testing and spraying program. We trap every week throughout the city to learn where areas of concern are, and then we make sure we have targeted spraying programs that address the mosquitoes that we find that have West Nile virus.
During the overnight hours, crews spray neighborhoods around any traps that caught infected mosquitoes. Residents are also reminded to take precautions for themselves. Use a mosquito repellent containing DEET. Drain standing water around your home because that can become a mosquito breeding ground. Dress in long sleeves and pants and wear light clothing. Dawn and dusk, those are the most active times for mosquitoes. Read more at irvingfightsthebite.org. If you check your camera roll or your social media feed, I bet you will see at least a few photos of food. Knowing that these images are so often shared, the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau invited an expert to help local delicacies stand out on social.
I love destinations.
Chuck Fazio's captivating photos showcase the world.
I think I've spent maybe 3 days in my own bed last month. You typically don't want your light coming from the front.
This day, he's helping reps from Irving restaurants and hotels showcase the world of flavors available in the city.
I bring that traveler's perspective. I am looking for that perspective that would catch my eye.
Increasingly, the way to catch everyone's eyes is through social media.
And your team does a lot of food posts.
Absolutely, right? Yeah, absolutely. It's just such a big thing now. I mean, it's just so much a part of everybody's experience.
What kind of response do you get?
Tons, and we change our menus constantly, so we like to highlight certain things.
One of the things I like to do with meat is cut it open.
Chuck Fazio is leading 2 days of food photography classes, one at the Omni Las Colinas.
And then let's start seeing if we can dress the set a little bit.
And the other at the Westin Irving Convention Center.
In person, this looks really, really good. But when I put it down, that's really a busy plate.
The attention to detail is not only about attracting likes.
What is the business implication of that? I mean, are people making decisions based on kind of the images that they see?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're always trying to position Irving. We're always trying to position, certainly with the convention center, what a place of distinction is.
We do see a lot of people that come in and then they're like, oh, we want to try this new dish that you guys posted.
That's our goal today, to be able to show people how to take better food pictures, so hopefully that'll drive more business. This is a good one.
He is sharing some of the techniques he has mastered over his decades in photography. One,
show the thing that the people are spending the most money for. What's the most expensive part of this dish? The salmon.
Another, don't keep everything flat.
Boom, look at the difference by just elevating it just slightly.
And use a spray bottle of glycerin or olive oil in a pinch.
Look at what that does.
Those are just a few of his many suggestions.
Torch is your friend.
Many do not even require specialized gear.
I can use the aluminum foil as a reflector.
He works to do most of his work on the plate with only minimal photo editing.
I don't make things so perfect because then it loses its reality.
And the goal of his work, whether focused on a plate or somewhere off the beaten path, is to share a real experience.
And I love being able to use the totality of my artistry to showcase a destination.
And now these Irving restaurant and hotel employees are ready to share a taste of what they learned with their online audiences.
I love what I do. I love social media, and so I'd love to implement more tricks.
Yeah, and it was tough being around all that food without eating any of it. And while he was in Irving, Chuck Fazio also captured new photos of the convention center and other local attractions that Visit Irving will use in marketing materials. More than 5,000 people participated in Irving's latest resident survey, and now the city is sharing the results. The full report is available at cityofirving.org/survey. And here is one area we want to highlight: residents' highest rated service areas. Nearly 90% of people surveyed rate Irving Fire Services as excellent or good. Nearly 80% give library services the thumbs up. For the city's Department of Arts and Culture, the number tops 70%. Rounding out the top 5 highest rated service areas are solid waste services and Parks and Rec. There is so much more to the report, and as I mentioned, you can read it all at cityofirving.org/survey. Irving conducts a resident survey every 2 years. ICTN is offering residents a new way to watch your city government in action. Meetings of the Irving City Council, including work sessions, Planning and Zoning Commission, Building and Standards Commission, and Zoning Board of Adjustment, are now streamed live in high definition on our YouTube channel. As we remind you often, because we really want you to know, you can find us at youtube.com/thecityofirving. The City of Irving is working to attract qualified employees. New full-time hires can be eligible for financial incentives. For positions deemed mission critical, The incentive is $5,000 spread out over a year. This is not an exhaustive list, but there are positions in animal services, fleet, fire, and information technology that meet that mission-critical designation. For other positions, the incentive is $3,000. The payments are made as long as there are no attendance or disciplinary issues. See an updated list of open positions at cityofirving.org/jobs. Irving's Office of Emergency Management is working on a hazard mitigation action plan, and they're looking for input through a survey. The information provided will help improve how the City of Irving prepares for and responds to natural hazards. Find the survey at cityofirving.org/hazmap. It is open until August 23rd. Welcome to ICTN's Pets of the Week from the Irving Animal Care Campus. I'm with Egan from Irving Animal Services and Patience. We'll learn more about patience, and patients will have to have a bit of patience because we want to talk first about Clear the Shelter. Such an important month for the Animal Care Campus. Tell me some of what's going to be going on.
Yeah, so all of the adoption fees will be waived for the whole month of August. We're also going to celebrate some of the animals here, like our big dogs. We'll have Kona Ice Out. And then our black cats, we're going to celebrate them as well. On those special days, we're actually going to be giving goodie bags to the people who adopt either big dogs over 40 pounds or even any of our black cats.
And then the 31st is Clear the Shelters Day for Irving Animal Services. What's going to be going on that day?
We're going to have so much fun. We're going to have a lot of people out. Of course, adoption fees will be waived. We'll have some food vendors out as well. And everything here is going to be free, including we do tags here. So when you adopt a dog, you can also get a free ID tag.
And just one note to pass along, DFW Humane Society, also at the Animal Care Campus, maybe having different specials and things going on. So we were just talking about Irving Animal Services. And Patience has been a patient girl while we've been talking about Clear the Shelters, but now let's give her time in the spotlight. Tell me all about Patience.
Yeah, so Patience is about a year old. She's a Pit Bull Terrier mix. She was found originally as a stray, but I can tell you, she's extremely dog friendly. She likes puppies, small dogs, big dogs. She gets along with really everybody. And she's also cat friendly, as well as potty trained.
And waived adoption fee, you can't beat that.
No. Now, Patience is heartworm positive, which is no big deal. You could do a foster to adopt, where we will treat the heartworms free of charge, and the adoption fee would also be free for the whole month of August.
Because it's not only about bringing people out here and getting pets adopted, you want to raise awareness about animal adoption and that you guys are out here with a lot of great animals.
Absolutely. I mean, we have so many amazing animals here that are available for adoption, just like Patience, that you never know until you take a chance.
All right, Egan Dobson, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And the Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. Check out the websites you see on your screen for more adoptable animals. Keep Irving Beautiful is honoring people and groups making a positive impact in the community. On the next City Source, see who received awards at this year's ceremony and hear from some of the winners. Also, we visit an Irving woman who is benefiting from the city's home rehabilitation program. And you'll meet some of the team making the difference in the lives of homeowners. Those stories and much more next time on City Source. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, find us on YouTube at youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe today so you don't miss anything. And while you're there, hit that like button on the videos you watch and leave us some positive comments. Also, you can look for updates on events and initiatives across the major social media platforms at the City of Irving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.